How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back to yet another review. A little bit of collab, hopeful goodness, in the form of Carton Brewings, along with Cape May Brewing. It is their Tip to Top. There's a lot of words to be said here, so I'm going to kind of just dive into it. It's a lacto oat inspired, India-inspired, late-hopped Imperial Pale Ale with pineapple chutney. Yeah. A lot of words going on. I kind of butchered that a little bit, but you get the gist. They go into ingredients here. I typically don't read that, but I'm going to read it here. They use, Atlantic Highland water, malt, the malted oats. That's your kind of your oated beer, flaked oats. Again, situated lactose. So there you go, the whole oated bit and piece. Yeast London 3, so they're going for the hazy bits and pieces, 8% alcohol by volume. Citra, Belma, and Zythos hops. But then we have the bits and pieces, the fuckduckery that Carton is known for, that basil, cilantro, pineapple chutney. Yeah. It's part of their Telier series, which means workshop in French. And kind of excited. I like what Carton does. I think Cape May does a great job with some of their beers. So yeah, kind of excited to give it a whirl. And it's typical Carton fashion. So you're talking about a pineapple chutney beer. I don't know which one... I heard Augie talk about this. I don't know if he talked about it when I was on Steal This Beer or episode after. It might have been on the one that I was on. I was on 2. So I forget which one. But anyway, he was kind of talking about this beer specific. And it kind of has me going into a little bit of kind of curiosity, because I typically go into these beers without any kind of preconceived notion, any kind of outside influence. To hear him kind of rant kind of passionately about this beer, I'm kind of curious about it. So anyway, there was a big head there, pretty much gone at this point. What is that from? Why is the head not there anymore? Maybe the basil or cilantro. Might be a little bit of oils left from that pineapple, stuff like that. Actual bits and pieces can kill that head pretty quick. You can see like an oil slick on there, so some kind of oil base or something like that kill the head. So not that big of a deal. See if I can get a nose on it. Looks like grapefruit juice. Yeah, definitely getting the cilantro part, which does not bother me. I know a lot of people just come up, create straight soap. A lot of people, that's how cilantro shows for them, how it plays. It doesn't for me. It has this kind of nice floral kind of food-based kind of sweetness to it. I am getting a little bit of kind of acidic kind of pineapple in there. I'm not getting much basil. Basil is typically a pretty heavy-handed spice, a little herb, that it can come off really big, but I'm not getting much in the nose. A little bit of the sweetness. Maybe that's coming from the malt. Maybe it's coming from those kind of lactose vibes. I shouldn't say lactic because that's acid. But anyway, yeah. Does she smell like a pineapple chutney? Not really. Doesn't that what it's supposed to smell like? I don't know. Illusions of things as opposed to mimicking things. Let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. Okay, basil definitely comes through in the taste, but I think it's a combination. It's cool, kind of. It's a combination of how the basil plays with the hops. Because I think you're getting a bit of soft, kind of old school, maybe even a little piney resinous kind of bittering, but you're getting that soft kind of herbaceous kind of basilness in there, and I think they're kind of marrying really well. Ends up making it kind of like a unique kind of dank version of a kind of an IPA. I'm getting a soft acidity from what I believe is the pineapple. Yeah, and the cilantro, oddly enough, doesn't really play that much in the taste for me. It's almost just an aromatic. Like I said, a soft bittering from those hops. It's playing with that basil. It's got a nice sweetness to it, but it's not sweet at all. It's like just sweet enough to kind of balance off all that herbaceous bitterness that you get from all the bits and pieces in the beer. It comes off a little bit thin, but it has a lot to do with, I think, the bits and pieces thrown in the beer kind of killing the head and knocking out the carbonation. It's tasty. I think it's fun. It's a Carton beer. Sure, it's collab, but it definitely has the Carton vibes about it because it's playing with flavors and trying to induce thought about not necessarily it being exactly like a pineapple chutney, but more just kind of like, okay, we're playing with flavors, trying to bounce them off of each other and trying to elicit kind of an experience and response. And I think it does that well. That's pretty much what Carton does. They do interesting. Is it always work? No. No, it doesn't always work. But that's one of the reasons why I think I like Carton, because they're willing to take the cut. They're willing to take the cut at something and try to do it, and that in and of itself is a great thing when it comes to beer. When you want to talk about pretty much one of my old, I just posted a podcast, and I did kind of syndicated it here on YouTube, talking about, breweries being so, what's the word I was looking for? It was a couple podcasts ago, but it was we sat down, me and my buddy Brad, my buddy Tom, we sat down at a brewery and we kind of talked about like everybody trying to make the same thing over and over again and kind of curbs ingenuity. Well, Carton is the antithesis of that. They're always trying to do something, not for the sake of being weird, but that's just kind of what Augie does and what the brewers there do. So when you throw somebody else in the mix, you're just going to get all kinds of, as I said before, fuckduckery in a good way, in a fun way. I know they get pooped on a little bit for doing it, but I kind of like it. I like people doing interesting for the sake of being interesting, as opposed to just being weird for the sake of being weird. Make a beer with pineapple and cilantro and basil in it over putting marshmallows and fried chicken and shit. That's all I have to say. Anyway, it's tasty, it's fun, I like it, I dig it. Is it a great beer? No. I mean, it's almost 2 months to the day I'm reviewing it. Do I think that affects the beer a ton? It's 8%. It's odied to all holy hell. So I don't think it fell off all too much, and probably in a perfect way it might have fell off to the point where it should be, as far as balance goes. But yeah, she's tasty, she's fun, I dig it. Yeah, it has a nice bitterness on top of that kind of herbally, kind of, it's not medicinal, but just herbaceous kind of herbaliness. Yeah, use the word and the definition and all that shit. And that just kind of works for me. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better basil, cilantro based pineapple beers I've had. I was like, it's number one actually, because that's going to be the only one I've had. Is it one of the more funner beers? One of the more interesting, one of the more pique my interest kind of beers? Yeah, it's fun. I like it. I dig it. It's not blowing my doors off viscerally, but it's making these wheels churn a little bit. You probably see the smoke coming, so that in of itself, it's cool. Value and availability, it's Carton. You know what I mean? I think I paid like $14-15 for a 4-pack. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like interesting beer, if you like bits and pieces in beer that are more kind of not for show, but for substance. It may not be your favorite combination of flavor, but at the same time, it's thought-provoking and it's something fun. And that's kind of been Carton's MO from the get, and that in of itself is fun. And it's nice to see Cape May diving in and doing stuff like this too. They're really kind of all about it on the sour tip, and they're doing a lot of these kind of new school kind of IPAs. So to throw something out there like this with Carton is kind of fun. So there we go. Another review in the books down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting stuff. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying this. A little basil, cilantro, a little grapefruit jammer right now. And hope to see you next time. Cheers. Pineapple, not grapefruit. Why did I say grapefruit? Because I'm a dum-dum. Cheers.